Alrighty, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So I just was going over. I'm trying to create a way for players to trade resources in the game. So what you need is you need the name of both players. You need the seller and the buyer. Once you have both of those, you can then search the player, the seller, and the buyer for the values that you want to change. So I've come up with this little thing here. I'll just go over it real quickly, and then probably tomorrow I'll put out a more in-depth video about how it works. It's pretty simple, really. It has some values in it. So the seller creates a bill, right? And you'll say, okay, so I want to sell, in this case, we're just going to say grease. We'll go over it here. Let it load. It takes a second here. So this lets you select the type of quantity, whatever it is. Right now, this is the only quantity we can select. Then this is the amount. And then this is going to be the values, how much money you want for that amount. I think it's up to 10,000 it goes up to. And that's it. Then you say place order. And then what that's going to do is that's going to clone itself to a surface interface. Now, these interfaces are going to be all over the map, or maybe they'll be in one location. I'm not sure. So then the player will be able to come here and maybe these will be individual, I'm not sure, but maybe these will be just individual order kiosks, and you'll be able to come over here and interact with it, and it'll say buy. And what that'll do is you'll buy the grease, and so in the buy section, what we do is we will subtract that value from this player and give it to the other player. So I thought that was pretty neat. So of course now this player needs to be in the game. So what it'll do is before the transaction takes place, it actually needs to find the name of the player, and if the player is still in the game, then the transaction will go through. But this here is probably going to be, I don't know, I'm not too sure. Maybe what this will do is this will clone itself. Like I say, there's still a little bit of thought to it, still a little bit to go through. Maybe this will clone itself to this, and then this will spawn into the world, and that'll be kind of like your order book, wherever that's going to be. And I just figured that'd be a cool way for players to try and trade resources. And if it works, then that will help me just enhance the game a little bit. Because right now you can only sell stuff to NPCs, right? Which is cool. But if you could trade with other players, then it expands the economy, and then it just expands on what I can do. Then what I can do is I can add another tier to the game where you need player only items. So you can manufacture items here, like maximum tier items, and then you can't sell them. You can only trade them. And maybe you need those to run businesses. Something like that, right? Something really, really cool that just kind of makes the player like, oh, now we have to trade with each other and we have to save up money and try and find a way to get value, right? So yeah, so I figured something like that. So I'm just working on the sell side, but I just wanted to show, to kind of show that. I thought that was neat. So you'll be able to choose the quantity, and then you'll be able to set the price, how much you want, and how much you're willing to sell for that price. And a player comes by, and if they need the resources and they like the price, then they can just buy it. And what that'll do is it'll then delete this frame from the interface, and right, so like whatever, so you'll select this will be your quantity, and you'll say this is how much I want. I think up to 1,000. We'll do a maximum of 1,000, right? And then you can just say, oh, this is what I want. You place the order. I come by, hey, that's cool. And then when I buy it, maybe it'll delete this kiosk, and then maybe while the kiosk is in the world, you can't place any other orders. You can only have one order out at a time. Yeah, I just thought that was kind of neat, so I'll throw that out there, just how I made that, and just expand on it. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.